Welcome to the KZGN News. Today we'll bring you up to date on the City Council, high-speed rail, and the Water Ad Hoc Committee, and much more.
From the Rademacher Hills to Bee Mountain and the mighty Sierras, Ridgecrest to Inyokern and China Lake, this is your news for the Indian Wells Valley with the KZGN News crew.
I'm Tom Windick, and here's what's news in Ridgecrest and the Indian Wells Valley. Well, if you're watching this, you can watch for a little while, then head down to the City Council meeting at the City Hall. It's a very interesting meeting. A big item will be the Measure L Committee annual report to the people on how the council spent tax dollars collected via the sales tax that we approved. As the news vote, while we could have released the information of the report already, I felt it was not appropriate to usurp the committee members from presenting the information first, for two reasons. For one, it's their report to release. Second, what if they decided to change something between the public release and the actual presentation to the council and the people? So tomorrow we'll have information on the report. Last Monday, the Ridgecrest Water Ad Hoc Committee had their meeting. The main topics of a discussion were about what the city can do for conservation. The members of the committee are Mayor Breeden, Mayor Pro Tem Jim Sanders, and Planning Commissioners Scott Davis and Cecil Yates. There was also discussion about just how much grass does the city need in its parks. The committee does not seem to be recommending we turn all our parks into xeriscape parks, but to consider where it could be appropriate to do so. There was discussion of artificial turf and even trees and shrubs. There would have to be an investigation into the cost of these types of fake landscape products, but the committee already feels that the cost of fake items could be very expensive. The committee decided that maybe these ideas should be brought to the full council for discussion. City engineers said that he is working on a potential new gray water ordinance. He is working with the city manager to bring something to the council for consideration. Now, how about an update on the California high-speed rail project? KZGN's field reporter Tanya Pyle submits the following report. Public Information Officer Elizabeth Jonathan weighed in on the California high-speed rail open house meeting in Fresno last Friday. She said overall there's a great deal of interest in the project. Roughly 180 participants came to the open house. They were hungry for information and from varied backgrounds with a mix of questions, concerns, and interests. Companies came looking to provide jobs. People came for the jobs. Many came who were directly impacted by the rail project. Contacts from tutor Parony Zachary Parsons were presented to provide information on the first significant contract section of the high-speed rail program known as Construction Package 1. They presented the project right away, as well as design and small business and employment opportunities. The CP1 construction area runs a 23-mile stretch between Avenue 17 in Madera County to East American Avenue in Fresno County. The route includes 12 grade separations, 2 viaducts, 1 tunnel, and a major river crossing over the San Joaquin River. Construction is underway and projected to wrap up by 2017. Phase 1 stretches from San Francisco to LA. Phase 2 is from Sacramento to San Diego, creating the eventual 1,800-mile Sacramento to San Diego route. The entire alignment hasn't been determined yet. People's properties falling in the project vicinity are all going to be acquired. People will be relocated. The project is divided into environmental document construction packages. Areas like Palmdale to Burbank are in the environmental document study process phase. When an alignment route is determined, they'll proceed with environmental clearances and people will be notified. Jonathan said several businesses and property owners are quite happy. We have many positive stories. We try to make the transition as seamless as possible. The project provides relocation assistance with up to $5,000 to hire their own appraiser and conduct their own appraisal. People are encouraged to get involved and reach out with their interests and concerns. We're available and want people to feel we're approachable. Jonathan said the next 22-mile phase of construction runs through Tulare and Kern cities of Wasco and Shafter. Their next meeting is May 28th. In Police Department news, the Ridgecrest Police Department has announced their annual open house is coming tomorrow, Thursday evening, May 7th. The department will open its doors to the public to come in, see the department, meet the officers, and get to know them better. The doors will be open at 6 p.m. at the Police Department at 100 West California Street. The event will feature police canine demonstrations, firearm and taser demonstrations, as well as the jail will be open for viewing. There will also be examples of the many different police department vehicles displayed. There will be a limited supply of free hot dogs provided by the Optimist Club. The Youth Police Explorers will sell baked goods, drinks, and other snacks as a fundraiser to fund their costs. Additionally, the Police and Citizens Together, PACT volunteers, will also be available for information and recruitment. This is a great annual open house and usually goes until about 9 p.m. For more information, call Lori Blowers at 760-499-5105. Come on out and get to know your police department better. In street repair news, the Ridgecrest Public Works Department, along with the Street Maintenance Department, is announcing that road work will be taking place in several areas throughout the city of Ridgecrest from May 18th through May 22nd of 2015. The Street Maintenance Department, along with the contractor, will be reconditioning the roadways between Norma Street, Drummond to Inyakern Road, eastbound Ward Avenue from Mahan to Down Street, Las Flores Avenue from Mahan to Down Street, Mahan Street from Ridgecrest Boulevard to Ward. The roads will be open during the resurfacing period with some side street closures to maintain the streets. The Streets Department is asking that the community use alternate routes during the hours of 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. The Public Works Department and the City of Ridgecrest thanks you in advance for your cooperation. We understand that this could be an inconvenience during the resurfacing of the roadways, but repairs need to be done. These road repairs are being funded by Measure L tax dollars and tab application bonds. In news from Washington, Congressman Kevin McCarthy recently spoke at the Concerned Veterans of America Summit on solutions to build a 21st century VA that provides Americans veterans the proper care they deserve when returning home. Since 2006, McCarthy has made fighting for veterans a top priority in office. Below are excerpts from McCarthy's vision for a 21st century VA. McCarthy said, "So if you ask me, the principles moving forward, the VA system of the past was about bricks and mortar and the number of hospitals and clinics they can build. To me, that is wrong. It should be about the care of the veterans, the medical care. Second to me, we should prioritize. If a veteran has a disability from the participation in service, that's prioritization. Like anything else we have in government, we have a finite amount, so let's prioritize how we make this care happen and how we're able to help one another." As I talked, why can't we expand our pilot program? Why can't we say that a veteran does not have to go in a van down through a canyon, get into another van, go down to Sepulveda, and then to LA and maybe not meet their timeline to get the van back when they just drove by a doctor in their area and they could have got the same care of what they had had. Let them be able to have a choice. Key and last point, when I went to graduate school to get my MBA, there's one philosophy I applied to everything I did. Structure dictates behavior. You apply it to whatever you have in life and it will come true. Structure dictates behavior. The structure of the way we set up this room determines where you sit. So, if we want to change the VA, but you keep the same structure, you're going to get the same behavior at the end of the day. If we do not change the structure of the 1930s, we will not change the behavior of the VA because it will dictate the behavior. So let's not be afraid of taking a tradition of the past and why we created it, but applying it to a changing future. Stay tuned for Critter Connection when we come back.
Hi everyone, I'm Julie Sen from KZGN-TV and I'm here at Ridgecrest Animal Shelter with Mary, and this is Benji. So can you tell me a little bit about Benji? What kind of dog, how old?
Sure. Benji is a poodle. He's a senior. He's probably 8+ years old. He was injured in a car accident and had some leg and foot issues, but they're all taken care of and he gets along just fine. So he's been here since March and needs a home.
Okay, is he a grumpy old man or is he so friendly with people and dogs?
He is very sweet, very friendly. We're hoping to find a senior family that might enjoy a slow-moving but still active boy. He is neutered and gets along with other dogs, gets along with cats, so we prefer to find him a senior home.
Okay. Can you give us a little information on where you're located at and your phone number?
Sure. We are at 411 San Bernardino Boulevard. It's otherwise known as County Line Road. Our phone number is 760-499-5190. We're open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 4. And this month is Adopt a Shelter Dog Month. So all dogs are $45.
Wow, that's a good deal.
And that covers their shots, their spay and neuter, their microchip, health exam, everything, license, all of it.
That's a really good deal. So come on down and adopt yourself a dog. I'm Jolene Sen from KZGN-TV. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you, Benji.
And now in Water District news, we have been reporting that soon the IWV Water District would be sending out letters defining their new Cash for Grass campaign. Well, I got my green letter yesterday. The program provides up to $1 per square foot of grass removed, up to a limit of $2,000. The program is for Indian Wells Valley Water District customers only. Any property can use the program. For property landowners only, no tenants. There are also detailed instructions that any existing sprinkler systems will have to be modified as part of the program. Removed grass must be replaced with desert-tolerant vegetation or even artificial turf. Rocks, boulders, and mulch is okay. Trees will not be required to be removed, regardless of the type of tree. However, any trees planted as part of the plan must be drought-tolerant trees. Customers are to submit a completed application with original signatures by 8 a.m. June 1st, 2015. Send to the IWV Water District Cash for Grass campaign at 500 West Ridgecrest Boulevard, Ridgecrest, California. Applicants will be randomly selected lottery style. Application can also be picked up at the IWVWD main office. Another source of information is at www.iwvwd.com. In events for this weekend, the 10th annual Biker Blessing will take place on Saturday, May 9th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This will be the 10th annual Biker Blessing. All motorcyclists assemble at the Calvary Chapel up off College Heights Boulevard. After the prayer service and blessing, all the motorcycles will be started and a procession will be made through town. The route will come down College Heights Boulevard to South China Lake Boulevard. Then the procession will proceed north on China Lake Boulevard through town to Indian Kern Road. Then they turn west on Indian Kern Road to the end of the route. If you've never had a chance to see this parade of motorcycles, it is a sight to see. Kids love it as well. Hundreds of motorcycles rumbling along is really neat. Viewers can line up along China Lake Boulevard. For more information, contact 760-375-3133. In Cerro Costa College news, the Cerro Costa Community College Choir, directed by Amber Peterson, will perform their spring concert May 8th, 2015 at 7:30 p.m. in the College Lecture Center. The concert will feature beautiful show tunes featuring music from South Pacific, Oklahoma, Les Miserables, Fantastics, Cinderella, and Into the Woods. The community is invited to join the college choir for a concert of fun choruses from musical favorites. Doors will open at 7 p.m. and the concert will begin at 7:30 p.m. Admission is free. So come and enjoy the evening of beautiful music at the College Lecture Center. Last weekend, the Ridgecrest Regional Hospice Services hosted their 5th annual Butterfly Release. This was designed to be a positive event celebrating the hospice services the hospital provides to the community. It was also a fundraiser to raise funds for supporting the program. The Ferris Family Singers also provided some beautiful songs for the attended enjoyment. Very moving poems and speeches were provided. All in all, this was a great service we have available here. Great caring people providing all different services that families experience in the final days of a loved one's life. These are tough times for most families, and the Ridgecrest Regional Hospice Center is there ready to help. Now in KZGN continuous effort to provide news and information you've asked for, here are today's local gas prices for your information. As of this morning, Ridgecrest is ranging from $3.35 to $3.99. Lancaster is ranging from $3.55 to $3.99. Almost $4 now. The LA Valley area is $3.59 to $3.79. And the Bishop area is sitting at $3.43 to $3.85. We have 3 stations coming in at the $3.35 figure. When will this stop? I hear nothing that says this will stop until we get into the summer or the end of summer. The cheapest price in the Lancaster area remains more than Ridgecrest again. All other areas we monitor are more than Ridgecrest as well. Way to go, Ridgecrest gas stations. We will be providing these prices 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We at KZGN always suggest you shop locally and fill up here to support our local economy. Remember, when you pay sales tax out of town, you are helping those cities pave their streets instead of here. Stay with us for sports and weather when we come back. And now let's go to Keith for the weather. Hey Keith, is it cooling off out there?
Hey Tom, a little cooler? Maybe. But before I get to our local weather, first look at our map for the nation. The northern central of the country, from the Canada border to Texas, the National Weather Service is forecasting a risk of severe thunderstorms this afternoon and evening from central Texas northward. Very large hail is possible, although damaging winds and a tornado or two cannot be ruled out. For us in the IWV, the National Weather Service has issued a hazardous weather outlook for the IWV. Thunderstorms will be possible Thursday and Friday during the morning, afternoon, and evening hours. Locations include Fresno, Bakersfield, Madera, Visalia, Merced, Lemoore, Oakhurst, Three Rivers, Porterville, Clovis, Chowchilla, Coarsegold, Delano, Ridgecrest, Mojave, California City, Randsburg, and Edwards Air Force Base. The impacts are small hail, dangerous lightning, heavy rain, and mostly gusty winds, along with minor street flooding are possible. For our local forecast, tonight, mostly clear with a low around 54, breezy with a south-southwest wind 15 to 25 miles per hour, with gusts as high as 35. On Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 71, breezy with a south-southwest wind 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusts as high as 35. Thursday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 49. Windy with a south-southwest wind 25 to 35 miles per hour with gusts as high as 45. Chance of rain 30%. On Friday, a chance of showers with thunderstorms are possible after 11 a.m. Partly sunny with a high near 70. West-southwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20. Chance of rain 40%. Friday night, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy with a low around 51, west wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, chance of rain 20%. And on Saturday, we start warming up, partly sunny with a high near 80, west-northwest wind 5 miles per hour. And that is your forecast for the Indian Wells Valley. Back to Tom with the rest of your KZGN News.
Thanks Keith. Now let's go to Tom Heck for the sports.
And a very pleasant Wednesday afternoon to everybody. Burroughs High School Baseball, they win again. They are now 6-1 in the Mojave River League. First year participation in the Mojave River League. They beat Serrano yesterday 2-0 at Burroughs. They'll take to the road Thursday. They'll go back and play Serrano again. Burroughs now 17 wins, 4 losses overall. 6-1 in league. Best start in years. John Bradley in his 4th year doing a great job at the helm of Burroughs. Certainly it looks like they're going to either be 1 or 2 come playoff time in several weeks. They are tied for first with Oak Hills. Okay, let's go to the Eastern Conference of the NBA. The Atlanta Hawks even up their series against Washington. It's now 1 game apiece. The 2 teams will play on Thursday night back in the nation's capital. Now tonight in the Eastern Conference, Chicago will be at Cleveland. That's really a must-win for Cleveland. They don't have Kevin Love. They're down 1-0 to the Bulls. All right, tonight in the Western Conference, it'll be a very good matchup again, but without Chris Paul, it looks like the Clippers at Houston. Now the Clippers surprised everybody. They came back on Monday night. They defeated Houston in Houston. They played a great 4th quarter to do that. Now I say that a surprise. Their legs were worn out. They went 7 games with San Antonio. They had that marathon win on Saturday night, jumped in an airplane Sunday, went to Houston, played Monday in Houston, and defeated the Rockets. Now the Rockets had been idle for 6 days in a row. They hadn't played. They were well rested, but it didn't matter. The Clippers came through, took away the home court advantage. So the 2 teams tonight, let's see what the Clippers can do tonight. Game 3 will be Friday night at Staples Center. Game 4 Sunday. It's Mother's Day at Staples Center also. That'll be an afternoon matinee affair. All right. Golden State, they lose last night. They lose to Memphis, 1 game apiece now. The two teams go back to Memphis for Thursday night. Now, Memphis, don't give them up for dead. They're a very, very good basketball team. They rebound. They're very quick. They've got some guys that can shoot the basketball. They're well coached. Although Golden State had the best record in basketball, Memphis right now is playing very scrappy. They beat Portland in 5 games, and 3 of those wins were not even close. Okay, Garrett Richards pitched well last night, didn't get the win, but the Angels break their 4-game losing streak. They defeat Seattle 5-4. Carlos Perez, a walk-off home run in the 9th inning. Perez, just a rookie. They brought him up at catcher from Salt Lake City, and in his second major league game, homers to win the game for the Angels. The Angels were down 4-2. Joe Smith came in the 8th inning. The Angels reliever couldn't hold the lead. Angels tied it in the 8th inning on a 2-run homer, and then they win it in the 9th inning. Luis Pujols, his 525th home run last night in the 1st inning. It puts him on 18 on the all-time list. The next 2 guys he's behind, Jimmy Fox, Mickey Mantle. And kids, if you've never heard of those two, just go Google it. You'll see. The rest of us know very well who the great Mickey Mantle was, and most of us can remember Jimmy Fox also, the Hall of Famer. All right, the Dodgers win again. They've now won 5 of 6. They beat Milwaukee 8-2 in Wisconsin yesterday. Game 3 tonight in Milwaukee. All right, other winners from baseball yesterday, the Reds, the Yankees, Atlanta, the Mets. Mets win again. The White Sox, Kansas City, Oakland, Texas. The Rangers have won 2 in a row now. They beat Houston. Houston has now lost 2 in a row after winning 10 in a row. Houston still leads the Angels by 6 games in the American League West. The Cardinals also pick up a victory. Boy, they're off to a great start without Adam Wainwright. The Red Sox and San Francisco win. The Giants win their 5th game in a row. They swept the Dodgers this past weekend up in the Bay Area. All right, hockey fans, the Ducks lose last night to Calgary 4-3 in the Western Conference semis. That game went into overtime. In the other Western Conference semi game, Chicago beat Minnesota 1-0. The Blackhawks over the Wild. That's your sports for this Wednesday. Have a pleasant afternoon. I'm Tom Heck for KZGN.
So that's the news for today. All of us at KZGN-TV know you have a choice in what you watch for your news. We all thank you for choosing KZGN-TV, Frisco's only locally owned community TV station. Now stay with us for a great video of a cat that learns how to open a box. This is funny.